Good morning all the 12th class of political science. In our last video we have studied about the consequences of the partition. Now today I will start a new topic, integration of the princely states. It is very important as far as you know the country that was when we became free in 1947. Then the India was not there was no unification in Indian territory. There is a diagram, British India and direct indirect control, British India provinces and the princely states. Actually some states were divided into British Indian provinces. There was the control of British India, direct control on British Indian provinces. But there is other thing, that is princely states, and at that time there was approximately 565 princely states. You will see here 565 princely states, and there was the indirect control of the British Indian government. Here are some paramountcy or the suzerainty of the British Crown, internal autonomy, 1/3 land, 1 out of the 4 Indian. Actually, here is some keywords. Through these, you will know that there is a direct control means of the British India. It means that each and everything outside or internal decisions would be made by the British India. And the other one, indirect control on the princely state, there is a head of princely states, that would be the prince. And indirect control means that internal decisions would be made by the prince, and the some external decisions that would be made by the British. So both will work together. For example, implementation of the tax, there would be the decision of the prince, and on the implementation of the taxes of import and export, that would be the control of the British government. Next, what happened at that time of the integration of the princely states? Then what was the situation in the Britain and the India? Here is a date that in Feb 1947 British PM was Hadley. ये कब तक थे? June 30, 1948 end. At this date he was dissolved from this post, Hadley. British rule in India was end June 3rd, 1947, 3rd of June. Yes. And the third important thing is a plan or the Mountbatten Plan. We can say that plan or Mountbatten Plan, 15 August 1947. It came in 15 August 1947. In this plan, it was the very important plan, Mountbatten Plan. In this plan, princely states would be free. According to Mountbatten Plan, that in princely state would be free, and they are free to be unified with the Indian territory, or as well as they can be decide to be live free, or they can join the Pakistan also. But here are some problems in Indian territory, because we were having the 565 princely states, and it is not possible to unify at that time, the date of 1947. The second one is a free to join either India or the Pakistan or remain independence. Free to join either India or the Pakistan or remain to independence. Actually, there was a decision taken by the Britain. We have that had been mentioned in the Mountbatten Plan, that these princely states would be free to came with the India or Pakistan. It will be depend on princely states. And the third one is a choice of the rulers, not of people. There is a choice of the ruler, not of a people. It means that common people, they would not interrupt while joining the Pakistan or the India. So there is no importance of the common people. Here are some states. I would like to tell you about the Travancore. It is the past name of this state. Now, present day, we call it the Kerala region. First to declare independence, 17th of June 1947, people protested. In this state, people protested because this state was also the princely states. And the present, I will revise it you again. Present day Kerala region, first to declare independence 11th of the June 1947. It was became free. People protested. Their fight and rights in that particular state. 3 days before independence of India, decided to join. This state joined before the 3 days of the independence. It means that 11th. The second last point, the Nizam of the Hyderabad made a similar announcement the next day. It means 12th of June 1947, Nizam of Hyderabad. Actually, Nizam of the Hyderabad was the world's richest person in India. He decided also that he will go for the India. Nawab of Bhopal were adverse to joining the Constituent Assembly. The temporary government. The Bhopal also joined to come with the India. Government's approach. The next topic is government approach. The first one is the interim government. It means the constituent semi-interim government is the temporary government took a firm stance. The Muslim League opposed the Indian National Congress. The second one is the states should be free to adopt any course they like. Yes, there is a government approach. Government said that the interim government said that it would be depend on the princely state where they would like to go. So there should be not any type of the restrictions. Role of the Sardar Vallabhbhai. It is the must question as far as we concern the syllabus of the CBSE. In the government, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel became the Deputy PM, Prime Minister, Home Minister, firmly but diplomatically. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was very firm and very diplomatic, and he organized all the princely states, and he talked diplomatically. He received the 5 types of the rules or regulation of Kautilya. Kautilya means the Chanakya Niti he accepted. Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. It means he tried very hard to come together all the princely states, approximately 5, 6, 3 princely states. Because of him, we got the unification of the country. 26 small states in the Odisha, he played an important to merge with India. Saurashtra region of the Gujarat had 14 big states, 119 small states, and the numerous other different administrations. He approached of the carrot approach. We call it the carrot approach. It is very important, the carrot approach. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he talked in a diplomatic way, and he accepted the Chanakya Niti, Kautilya Niti, you can say that, and he merged all these type of the states, 190 small states and the other states of the Saurashtra. He played an important role, 26 small states in Odisha also. So because of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, now we are having a strong and the unified country. At that time in Kerala, VP Menon in the Kerala, the government approach was guided. It means government approach means government where where the government sent the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and the interim government approach to the princely states for come together with the India. The government approach in the Kerala, there was the VP man was guided by the approach was guided by the three consideration. People, most of princely states, part of India. In Kerala, we can say that the part of the three consideration. After the three consideration, most of the princely states, they come for the India. Government flexibility, giving autonomy to some regions. There was there is some instructions from the Kerala side that we are having the three things. After that, we will come to you. First one is a flexible government giving autonomy to some regions. There should be the flexibility. In the backdrop of the partition, the integration and the consolidation of the territorial boundaries of the nation had assumed supreme importance. Other ones, before 15 August 1947, there was no national boundaries also. So the government tried to establish the boundaries also. Peacefully negotiations. The government approach for the peacefully negotiations had brought almost all states into the Indian Union. The rulers of most of the states signed a document called the Instrument of the Accession. Yes, approximately 563 princely states, they decided to come to the India, and they signed a document, a written document we call the Instrument of the Accession. Kindly keep in mind, the rulers of most of states signed a document called the Instrument of the Accessions. We call it the Instrument of Accession. Accession of the princely states. First one is the Junagadh, Hyderabad, Kashmir, Manipur. Proved more difficult than others. Kerala, Trivandrum, they are very easy. Bhopal, they are very easy princely states to come with the India. But Junagadh, Hyderabad, Kashmir, Manipur, they proved very difficult than the other states. The issue of the Junagadh was resolved after a plebiscite confirmed people's desire to join India. Plebiscite means that we call it the Lokmat, according to the public opinion, where they wanted to go. Hyderabad, largest princely states. Some parts of the Hyderabad state are today parts of the Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. Its ruler carried the title Nizam, Mir Usman al-Barzani. He was one of the world's richest men. I have told you earlier. Independent, he wants to be independent. He never want to come. He did not come to the India or the Pakistan. He wanted to become the free. The standstill government with the India is November 1947. For a year, while negotiations with the Indian government were going on, for the long time they negotiate a lot. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and the other member of the interim government, but the Nizam of the Hyderabad denied each and everything. A movement of the people against the Nizam rule. Actually, the public wanted to come with the India, because they suffered in with the Nizam. A movement of the people against the Nizam rule. There was a movement of the peasant, Kisano ka movement, women's, communists, Hyderabad Congress. 4 groups of the members, they moved from one place to another place in the Hyderabad. The Nizam responded by unleashing a paramilitary force known as the Rajakar on the people. It is very important that the what is calling paramilitary force, Rajakars. Actually, Nizam wanted to stop the movement of the peasant women, communist, and the Hyderabad Congress, and that's why he implement the paramilitary force, Rajakars. And non-professional, they were the non-professional force. What they did, but they Nizam also gave the freedom to the Rajakars that whatever like you can do. They murdered, raped, looted, particularly the non-Muslims, particularly the non-Muslims. It means Hindus, Jain, Sikh, Buddha, etc. The central government army in September 1948, Indian Army moved into the control of the Nizam force. Then, after the talking of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel with the interim of the government, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and the interim government sent a army force to control the Nizam force. This is the date which I have mentioned. 5 days Operation Polo. There was the Operation Polo. We call it the Operation Polo. Approximately 5 days. It happened the 5 days. Nizam surrendered. This led to the Hyderabad accessions to India. So the Hyderabad was proved very difficult to come with India. So that is enough for today. Tomorrow we will study about the next topic. It was about the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and State Reorganization Commission. Okay, take care.